Andre Cataret from Living. I'm here to talk to you today about a subject that's been in mainstream media as of late. Police brutality, police murders. We see black people are disproportionately targeted. We have social profiling. We label the racism problem. We talk about the poverty problem, the socioeconomic issues involved in the certain demographics of people that seem to always be getting at the wrong end of the police barrel. What we're bringing to you today, and the argument that we're going to be pushing forward, is the rate of PTSD in police officers, in active servicemen. It has been reported 30 to 55% of active servicemen have post-traumatic stress disorder. It's anxiety or stress that somebody feels within due to exposure to a traumatic event. There's also C-PTSD, which is continuous post-traumatic stress disorder, which is just somebody that's continually exposed to traumatic events. And then we also have complex post-traumatic stress disorder. This is when somebody not only is exposed to trauma, but can't see themselves not exposed to trauma. It will never end. Based on the agentic paramilitary training of the police officers and the organizational structure that they operate in, I think they fit the bill for both C-PTSDs. Symptoms of PTSD: physiological reactivity, psychological distress, violent tendencies, getting into fights, destructive behavior, loss of awareness of present surroundings, a need to blame others. They have a loss of memory. If we factor in all these legal ramifications of what I just stated that we could expect from somebody suffering from PTSD, we need to question thousands of convictions that we've had that purely relied on a police report, police testimony, police affidavit. Ask for solutions. Bring the police officers back to the station until we sort this all out, or at the very least, restore them purely to their constitutional mandate of helping victims or being dispatched to victim-based crimes. We can't afford to have these police officers chasing around tax dollars under the guise of statutes and regulations and victimless crimes. We're fully aware of that political establishment that makes them do that has already been outing for having done that. But under these circumstances, PTSD-ridden cop chasing around trivial statutes and regulations, I don't think is in our interest. Start going over the call logs, the police reports, their own reports that they hadn't written themselves to see how they interpret the traumatic events that they're exposed to on a daily basis. And then follow the law. We're fully aware we have the Firearms Act, at least in my jurisdictions, where it states that society would not be served well by having anybody with mental illness possess a gun or carry a firearm. And until we do that, cameras on every cops. I highly urge you to go check out the long presentation of all the arguments that I've laid for you here today in our piece entitled Sociocide: Police PTSD is Premeditated Murder. Alongside with this piece coming out, Living is launching an online platform called PTSDanon.com. This is PTSD Anonymous. This is purely just a network and a platform for people to connect with people in their local areas, to find the remedies, to find resources, or just not to feel alone with PTSD. Again, this platform is open to anybody suffering from PTSD, be it Army veterans, doctors, emergency room nurses, people in aviation, first responders. The only prerequisite is that you suffer from PTSD or love somebody that is affected by PTSD. Thank you.